You must be really good at sex.
But do you enjoy it?
You'll never be in a relationship.
I kind of go like this. Ding.
Are you being forced?
Are you being forced? You must do sex work. We're all forced to work in one way if you want to be really abstract about it, aren't we? We need money.
Obviously, there are people that have been forced into it.
They're the ones that are facing the dangers. They are the ones that need exit strategies, help, more support. I'm not being forced, I'm happy. I might be forcing my on somebody in a session, but that's about it. What happened to you to make you choose this?
There's so much like kind of underlying pity in that question.
It's like they expect some tragic story, don't they? Like, oh, I lost my home and I lost my job.
One of the reasons I got into it is because I've got like chronic health conditions and like it was like flexible around my schedule. I had no social life. I could do a little bit of money. I hate the fact, I love sex, I hate the fact that when you go out and you meet somebody in a bar and you go back to have sex, it's so bad.
Sex work gives me time to work on my writing. Sex work gives me time to make sure I can go out and enjoy the countryside with my husband.
Forget that. If I'm going to go out, not only am I getting paid, but I'm getting to meet fantastic people and I get to orgasm 2-3 times a day. Who does not want that job?
How much money do you make?
People think that because I'm a dominatrix, I must wear fur coats and Christian Louboutin shoes.
It's very two-dimensional. It's portrayed either very tragic or very glamorous. There's no real in-between
like what
realism.
the actual thing is.
I'm shopping at Lidl's. I'm saving money for my retirement. I'm scrimping.
Like, people do find it more acceptable when you're making more money because then it seems more like you're not being forced into it.
Or all the men losers.
All the men are great. All my men are great.
Yeah, all my men are great.
All my men are great, unless they want to be losers, and then we tell them in the session.
People come to see a sex worker for so many different reasons.
Because they just can't be bothered to date. Because they come from a conservative background and can't date a male.
I mean, some of my clients, they can't tell their parents or they can't tell their carers. So I have to go around, I have to get them in a hoist, I have to get them on the bed, I have to get them undressed, I have to then bathe them, I have to clean them. I do all of these things and people don't think that as a sex worker we care.
You can't be a feminist and a sex worker. What a load of bollocks.
I'm a professional submissive, so I spend a lot of time like tied up, getting spanked, getting flogged, all this stuff, and they're like, you're throwing feminism back hundreds of years, you're making abuse okay.
That whole thing of like, oh, but you know, sex workers are like, they're not feminists, they're not. And it's like, well, no, you can't say that. This is my life. We are in control. We decide what happens to our bodies consensually, and it does not harm anybody else.
Yeah.
So.
It's so dangerous.
If people want to make our job less dangerous, it should be fully 100% decriminalized.
So in Northern Ireland, they've already incorporated the Swedish model, which is to criminalise the purchase of sex, and that's what they're trying to do here in the UK.
If buying sexual services is illegal, the only people who will come to see sex workers are folks who are already comfortable with breaking the law.
Is it really kinky?
Why are you asking me this? And it's none of your business.
Do you really want to know? Or are you just really wanting to either judge or get your rocks off?
Just like face sitting, that's hugely popular. Tickling is a really big one. When I have a client come to me, I'll always say, so what would you like to try? And they'll go, well, I'm pretty much open to everything. I'll say, well, I've got a strap on over there. And they're like, no. Sitting on a guy's face in just bikini bottom while tickling him and having someone laugh in your vagina is a very interesting experience.
Why don't you get a job? Because I'm running a successful business.
We have a job! I run my own fucking business.
And there's like also that thing where people just like, I was like, it's easy, you just fuck people. We've got our advertising, our marketing, the time it takes, photos, venues, touring.
It takes skill to wrestle someone to the ground safely without breaking a bone or pulling a muscle. It takes skill to hit somebody with a heavy stick without damaging their breath play.
Personally, I'm way happier doing this than working 40 hours a week in a Starbucks. Now I can work 10 hours a month for the same pay.
Oh my God, everybody should be doing this. Do you know what? If everybody started having more sex and more orgasms every day, nobody would give a shit about everybody else. Everybody would be happy and the world would be a safer place. I've just solved all our world problems of peace, more sex, more orgasms, and that's it.